Goalkeepers. Are they really that important in FC24? Are they the difference in you securing that next rank in FUT Champions, or are they only really in your squad to help with chemistry? I'm going to answer those questions right now because the tier lists are back. And this is the first time ever I'm doing a goalkeeper tier list. So this could go one or two ways. You guys could absolutely go Morsey. Unbelievable content. I agree with every single goalkeeper you've placed in this tier list. Or you could go Morsey. Why have you put Schmeichel in B? I'm not putting him in B, by the way, full disclaimer, just an example. But I do love the tier list content, mainly because I like hearing your guys' opinions on my opinions. So let me know down below in the comment section if you agree, disagree with anything I'm about to say in this video. Also, while you're down there, let me know the best keeper you've used so far. It could be multiple, if you like to swap and change. I want to hear from you guys down below. And whilst you're down there, like goal time. Every time I've set a like goal on these tier lists, you guys have basically ran through it like it doesn't exist. You pile drived it, decked it to oblivion. So let's do it again. 25 likes in the first 2 hours of this video going live. I know you got it in you. For cheap and fast FC24 Ultimate Team coins, head over to MMOEXP.com, link down below, and make sure to use my code Morsey at checkout to get yourself 5% off. Now, before we deep dive into this beautiful tier list, let me just say, full disclaimer, goalkeepers have to be the most subjective position in this game, undoubtedly. And my personal experience with goalkeepers, I don't tend to swap and change too much. I tend to look at chemistry and how it affects my team at first, and then obviously the actual in-game feel. Height is a massive factor for me. Playstyles this year around are pretty damn important also. So let's get stuck into this tier list. Now we're going to kick things off straight away with an absolute bang. And a card you may not have used or seen whatsoever this year. But I've tried this, man. And I was absolutely shocked at what I saw. Are you ready for this? We have got Skelly Alvero, the brand new Winter Wildcard, who's an out of position change. He's not an original goalkeeper, but Winter Wildcard's basically Shapeshifters 2.0, so they're changing positions. And this boy, right, is 6'8". I believe he's like originally a centre mid or a CDM or something along those lines, but 6'8" goalkeeper. Now we're talking. Height is super important in this game. Chemistry as well. Ligue 1. Not too many insane overpowered Ligue 1 goalkeepers. There's a few, but not really many to choose from. And this one, trust me, he's a baller. Absolute demon in the sticks. He's huge. 6'8", as we said. 3-star, 3-star. A lot of people get a bit weirded out by out of position goalkeepers. Some tend to be shocking, but this year we've already got a fair few. And trust me when I say this, Alvero is the boy. We got far throw, footwork, also brush out. In my opinion, cross claimer could be one of the most important playstyles for goalkeepers, especially with how overpowered corners are and that whipped pass per playstyle. So he doesn't have that, which is unfortunate, but 6'8". The amount of saves, I felt so reassured from corners, claiming the ball, coming in, out jumping obviously VVD, which seems to be impossible for most people in this game. Yeah, very, very solid option, and importantly, very, very affordable. Joining Alvero in the A+ category is going to be, I believe, what, their team of the group stage cards? Mr. Nick Pope from Newcastle. This man, underrated as ever. A lot of people don't use him. I don't know why. Like, I packed him untradeable, so I had the excuse to use him. And he was so solid for me. 6'6" again. Once again, height is massively important. Has majority of the play styles minus a few. By the way, I'm going to be swapping between like the actual card here and the tier list. I hope you enjoy that so you get an idea of what I'm talking about really. He has every play style minus the far throw, which is fine because like counter attacks, even without this, you won't notice much of a difference in regards to the distance of the far throw. But the height, the reflexes, the chemistry links again, such a solid, reassuring goalkeeper. A little bit slow to get down. Tend to notice that with the taller keepers, same with Alvero. If a player's like bottom cornered it, might not reach it. But any shot up high, finesse shots, Travellas, especially if you're moving your keeper as well, he reaches majority of them. So Nick Pope, A+ for me all day. Now let's go down a tier into the A section. And for this one, once again, subjective. Go easy on me. If you disagree, let me know in the comment section. I'm going to be placing Mr. Oblak into the A selection. Now, in previous years, I've been a big fan of Oblak, but for whatever reason, this year around, just did not click with me. Chemistry links are a bit tougher with the nationality link. He's only 6'2" in height, which isn't really insane. And in regards to playstyles, we've only got 2 to work with here. Far throw and cross claimer, missing out on footwork and rush out. Of course, with goalkeepers, I tend to move mine a fair bit. I hope you do too. It's definitely something you should incorporate into your gameplay. Don't overdo it though and bring him all the way to the side, predicting your opponent to go that way. It is as a tap into an open net. That happens so much in this game. Just do little subtle tweaks and little movements to help you basically predict where your opponent's going to go. But Oblak for me, solid once again, but he's just a no-nonsense solid keeper. You know, he's nothing crazy, doesn't outperform a lot of keepers that I've used in this game. Now let's head down to the B and select a couple of, well, 3 cards going in there. Now let me know if you disagree with any of these, but Bonu, I rate him, you know. I actually rate him, and he's still definitely usable. The B tier isn't like, oh god, no, don't use these keepers. It's like, yeah, you could probably get away with it still at this stage of the game. Endler is also in the B, and so is the hero Campos. Now, Bonu, in my opinion, did bits to me at the start of the game. Absolutely loved this card. Saudi Arabia links, the link to Neymar. Chemistry, apart from that's a bit tough. You basically do need Neymar in your squad, or obviously league links to get full chemistry. He has 3 play styles. Only one missing is rush out, which I'm not too phased about because I tend to bring my keeper out myself and manually control him as much as possible. 6'5", solid, no-nonsense keeper. Now Endler, unfortunately, with the women goalkeepers, majority of them tend to be a little bit on the smaller side. Same with Campos, who we're going to touch on in a minute. But Endler, out of all of them, 6 foot and actually decent in game. I actually rocked on the RTG for a fair bit. I did like basically an untradeable RTG at the start of the game, and I packed in one of my first packs. Unbelievable stops. Playstyles aren't really there. Chemistry's a bit tough, but I did have Diani, which was nice for chem links, and she's actually solid in game. You know, she can do bits for you, so definitely worth considering if you've got a Diani or maybe like a French Ligue 1 card like Batcher, who you can't really get on chemistry. Definitely want to consider. And then he had to be in there. Campos, I know he's a bit of a legend. Being the hero is fun, it's unique, but mate, 5'7", I can't look past that. I'm getting lobbed, I'm getting finesse shotted in the top corner. He can't reach it. He can leap, to be fair. He's got good reflexes, but apart from that, mate, the height just lets him down massively. But yeah, it's a fun option if you want to go that route, but for me, he has to be in the B tier. Now heading back to A, I am going to place Mr. Kobel smack back in there. Neuer also gets a place in the A, and so does Trapp. The Bundesliga trio. I think they're the best Bundesliga keepers on the game as far as I'm aware, unless there's another one that I've missed out. But they're all solid and no nonsense. I think you can't go wrong with either of them or any of them at this stage of the game. No one really like stands out for me. Kobel probably is the best out of the lot, purely because of the height. He's 6'5" in game, and in regards to play styles, he has every single one, which definitely goes in his favour. But chemistry's tough, being Swiss and Dortmund. Unless you're rocking like a Bundesliga setup, or you got Dortmund players, getting him in on chem or contributing to chem to the team is going to be a bit of an issue. Manuel Neuer over the year, I think he's been over the years been one of the most subjective keepers in the game. A lot of you absolutely despise him. I tend to really enjoy his cards in previous games. He is 6'4", so he's got the height still. Getting on a little bit in regards to age, but doesn't really affect him. Reflexes a little bit lower than previous. Great kicking as well. Ping pass is a massive addition to this card. I do really enjoy this because you got proper drive it out the back. We try to build it up quickly. Only play style in regards to keeping, he's missing his footwork. But yeah, solid, no nonsense and budget option. And then Trapp came out as an SBC, and I believe it was super affordable. I've got him on both my accounts. I actually rocked him on the RTG a little bit. The SBC itself, decent, solid. He's got great play styles. Only 6'2" though, but I think the affordability, I think it was worth it at the time. Yeah, solid option. Can't go wrong with any of these boys in regards to the Bundesliga setup, but for me, no higher than A. Now heading up to A+ again, we're going to smash out a couple of gold rares. We've got Donnarumma in the A+, Alisson in the A+. I think you can't go wrong with either of these keepers. A lot of us are a bit annoyed that Alisson, when he got the winter wild card, centre mid card, that he wasn't a goalkeeper, because I was rocking him on the RTG at the time and I would have very much liked the goalkeeper version. And Donnarumma, every single year, no nonsense heavy hitter. Just wait for him to get a promo card, he's going to fly. Not too many play styles, which is fine, of course. They're not like super important, but it's nice to have in the locker. He's got the height, good chemistry links as well. Yeah, an absolute reach demon. The man reaches heights I didn't think were possible. Very, very solid option. And then, of course, Mr. Alisson, probably one of the best Premier League goalkeepers for me. It tends to be a toss-up between Edison and Alisson, but Alisson all day, every day for me. I feel like the height is 6'4". We've got great play styles as well. I think you can't go wrong with him in all fairness. Occasionally fraudulent. I have noticed this man, because I've used him a lot, whenever I move him over to predict which way my opponent's going, he tends to kind of like worm his way out of it and allow the ball in anyway, but Goalkeepers do that. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, solid positioning, really nice option. So definitely in that A+ tier all day. Right, we're going to move the cam down a little bit now, just so I don't block off potential cards or put it down here to the side. So the remaining gold rare cards are Ederson, Milan and Courtois. I'm going to be placing Ederson probably still in the A+ category, purely for one reason I'll touch on in a second. Big Mike has to be in the A for me. Probably one of my most used goalkeepers this year as well, but has to be A. It could be A+, let me know if you disagree with me. And then Courtois is going to be our first S-tier goalkeeper. We'll touch on Ederson first. Good chemistry links being Brazil and of course Manchester City in the Premier League. 6'2", the height isn't really on his side, but what I love about this card, the kicking is phenomenal. And we've also got long ball pass as well. So if you want a proper welly on the counter-attacks, get up the pitch. Say for example you come and claim a corner, he's got the option to distribute fantastically. Play styles, we do have cross claim and rush out. Rush out could be a bit chaotic and a bit aggressive and tend to be annoying at times, especially how easy it is to take it around keepers, but I still don't mind it. And yeah, reflexes are there, positioning's good, and it's a solid no-nonsense option. And we head back to the tier list. Let's touch on Milan. Mike, you know what? It pained me to put him in A, but I feel like it just has to be the way. Me and Mike, so hot and cold. This boy is the most unbelievable keeper one day, the most fraudulent man the next. I don't know what it is with the lad, just drive me insane. And for that reason, yeah, he's going to be in the A tier. But yeah, if he's unreal for you, let me know down below. 6'3" is good, solid links, just a well-rounded, solid goalkeeper for me. Play styles, far throw, cross claimer, or yeah, probably the best two in my opinion. So he has those in his locker. But there's something about him, man. As I said, subjective tier list. Hate me if you want to, but he's in the A. And then my goalkeeper, Thibaut Courtois. 275 games played, 6'6", he's a giant. The man towers above the rest. Unbelievable at claiming corners, kicking shocking, but what makes him so good for me, reflexes and positioning. The man is always in the right position, especially when I'm playing against sweaty rats who, I say sweaty rats, I do it, but Travellas and finesse shots are so overpowered this year. This man always saves them. I could just move him a tiny bit over. He's got the height and the reach, the reflexes to make the saves. I'm a big fan of that. From corners, obviously he's got the height and the presence to come and claim the ball. Lovely. Yeah, has to be one of the best keepers in the game for me. And still, price-wise, he's not super expensive, somewhat affordable compared to some of the icons. So definitely worth considering. Chemistry's a W. He's my keeper and has to be starting in that S tier. Now, a couple of team of the weeks from the Serie A. We've got Terracchiano. Don't know if I'm saying his name right, apologies. Had 2 team of the week so far. Probably will get future promo cards and Oli Giroud. Now this man's a decent option, you know. Of course, team of the weeks have a fair amount of value now because of SBC demand. But he's actually solid. Like, actually solid. 6'4". In regards to Serie A, there's not too many options apart from really Big Mike and Giroud here. But you can't go wrong with this boy. Playstyles aren't really there, but with reflexes, positioning solid. I think he's a great shout. And then Oli Giroud. Probably one of the most controversial goalkeepers on this game. Like, let me know your opinions down below on him. Like, when he first came out, I think it was a W. Majority of the community were a fan of the fact that he got a goalkeeper card purely because he actually played in goal in the game he got the card. Is he really an unbelievable goalkeeper in this game though? I don't think so. I think he's going to be in the A, and I'm going to put him towards the top of the A here. I can't quite put him in A+. And we've got height with 6'4", which is nice. Like, freestyle with goalie. You want to got a little run, you can do. Apart from that, the stats aren't anything insane. Lack of playstyles let him down, but I still think he's a fun, solid option nevertheless. We are making our way through this now. We've got a fair few cards left, but majority of them are heavy hitters. Let's smash out the few promo cards we've got here. Zidane's son Luca. Only 6 foot, but still a solid option. But I don't think I'm going to put him in A+. I think he's going to join Oli Giroud in the A selection here. Chemistry's nice. I believe he plays in the La Liga for Eibar. So yeah, chemistry isn't too bad. But the lack of height really does affect the boy. I think it's a nice fun card, but being 6 foot is a little bit on the small side for me, especially my goalies. We got far throw and cross claimer, as I said many times, probably my 2 favorite play styles. I think he's a solid option, but once again, not really mind blowing. Very cheap and affordable as well, and a nice card if you do want to get him in for your La Liga setup. And then of course, ter Stegen team of the week. Where does he go? Are we S to be A+? We're going to be A+. And I tell you what, we're going to be towards the top of A+. Ter Stegen, I get a lot of comments saying, you guys are loving. Even just his gold card. I've not really got on with him too much, but I do appreciate the card purely for a few factors we're going to touch on now. Now, the card itself, he has a gold 89, but I'll talk about the team of the week for now. 4-star weak foot, cool. Could come in handy, you never know. 6'2", he's not the tallest, but the combination of the kicking and the reflexes I'm a massive fan of. We do have footwork, cross-claimer and a rush out. Decent play styles. But yeah, the man can move. He's quick to get down as well for the bottom corner shots. A solid keeper. Great chemistry links. Can't go wrong with a boy. And Jersey Dudek, the hero. Now let me just say, I cannot stand playing against this guy. But when I use him, he's a banana. Like, it just bends around the ball. Literally every single shot, the man's arching, getting out of the way of it. But still, purely for the fact that he drives me absolutely crazy when I'm playing against him, I'm still going to put him in the A+ section. I think he's a phenomenal keeper when you're against him. But yeah, for me, couldn't get on with the boy, but I'm sure a lot of you guys will agree in the fact that he's fantastic in game. Love the dynamic image as well. Lack of height is probably an issue, 6'2". Premier League hero links are fantastic for chemistry. Great reflexes again, positioning solid. We do have 0 play styles, which is interesting. But I think Dudek's got a unique kind of feel in game, similar to a lot of icons, unique body types, unique animations, that he's going to pull off some fantastic saves for you. And for that reason, A+ for me. So all the icons have been left to the end. Majority of people are under the opinion that if you can get an icon keeper, you should do it. I tend to agree, obviously apart from Courtois being fantastic in that S tier and a lot of fantastic other options in here. But chemistry reasons this year is super important. So if you can get an icon, I think I would probably go that route. However, there's one fraud amongst this list of 6. Who is it? Take a guess. Where am I going to go? Rude! Why? Why did they do this? Why is my man a goalie? This man is so fraudulent. I can't handle the fact that Ruud van Nistelrooy is a goalie. I'm an Arsenal fan. I don't have the biggest love and respect for Ruud. Unbelievable player in his day. But yeah, in regards to the actual goalkeeper card, fraud central. I mean, I would put him in B, but I feel like some people would disagree with that massively. I'm going to stick him in A. Like, he's not horrifically bad. Chemistry's good. 6'2", he has the height. One interesting side of the game is definitely the speed being quite high. But in previous years, I've never been a big fan with super quick goalkeepers. I don't know why. It's just something not really clicked to me. Lack of like reflexes as well. Positioning solid. We've got a few play styles of far throw and also rush out. Rush out and the speed could be an interesting combination. But for me, it's too chaotic, too crazy. And I want him to do this, stay between the sticks basically. Now 5 icons are left. And we've got an unbelievable selection here. I'm going to start off with the man on the thumbnail. You would have seen it. My probably favourite keeper on this game and every other FIFA I tend to play in the recent years is Big Van der Sar. I think you cannot go wrong with Van der Sar. He's an absolute unit with the height, unbelievable reach, and he's just got unique animations again that just make him incredible. He's 6'6", may I add, and the positioning, let me head over to console quickly, is 94. He's always in the right position. Great reflexes, great handling. Kicking's probably the weak point, but that's fine. Utilize the ball distribution with far throw, footwork, and cross-claimer. Yeah, he is the keeper in my opinion. If you could have any goalie in the game, go for Edwin van der Sar. His normal icon version or this Thunderstruck icon. Can't go wrong with either. He is the guy. And yeah, S tier all day. Joining him in the S tier is going to be Iker Casillas. Oh, Casillas, you, my son, you're controversial. I get a lot of people in my comments saying he's the best keeper in the game, undoubtedly. And a few people saying he's too small, he can't cut it. But this man, purely for the fact that the reflexes are so high, the handling, the diving, look at the stats. Kicking's only the weak point here. He's got a little bit of speed, nothing too much, but nice little amount there. But the reflexes, the diving, all 4 play styles, he's unbelievably cracked. Such a good goalkeeper. I find that with one-on-ones, he's probably one of the best I've used. Like, just to react to the ball so quickly. And if you're good at moving the goalie, tiny little amounts, it definitely helps. And Casillas can be incredible in game. One of the best for me. And yeah, S tier all day. Another S tier card. Which one's it going to be? It's big man with the hat. Yashin in the building. Now Yashin, once again, I say subjective. This is a subjective opinion. A lot of you guys aren't the biggest fan of him, but I think he's actually really good. I know he's had a recent centre-back card as well, but one of the things I tend to look for, even if the height isn't on his side, is the reflexes. I'm a massive fan of having goalies who can react. The diving of reflexes and positioning combination there, basically unrivaled. Height can be an issue, lack of play style is an issue, but I still think purely for the combination of attributes, like he flies. Kicking, not a strong point. That's fine. You don't need to kick the ball that much. Handling, brilliant. Yeah, one of the best icons in the game for me. And yeah, chemistry once again really good. And he has the hatting game, which gives him added style points. So definitely S tier for me. And now we're left with 2. I wish this was more interesting and the debate was definitely there. But for me, both of these boys, they got to be S tier cards. You can't look past it. I think they're both absolutely fantastic options at this stage of the game. Petr Cech, not really anything to go off in regards to the actual card stats. Not really blowing my mind here, like compared to Yashin, etc. But this man again, yeah, he's unbelievable. 6'5", he's got the height. No real play styles apart from far throw. But this man makes saves. So many saves. And a lot of things I noticed when I used this card is he kept the ball in his hands. The handling, I think, might be a lie. Like, the amount of, like, one-on-ones or, like, two-on-ones where normally goalies would parry it to my opponent, tap into open net. This man managed to save it and keep it in his grips, which is what I like. Positioning's fantastic. And once again, chemistry's good being an icon. And then Mr. Schmeichel. Probably one of your favorites. I'm sure a lot of you guys did the SBC. Yeah, he's unbelievable. I didn't do the SBC on this account, but I've used him on other people's accounts where I've tried out cards. I think, yeah, a fair few of you guys have unlocked him. 6'4", he's got the height. Play styles, he's got really good ones. We've got far throw, footwork, and cross claimer. And the reflexes being phenomenal at diving. Yeah, he's just a fantastic keeper, man. Big fan of Peter Schmeichel. And I kind of wish I did do the SBC when I had a chance. But I'm still happy with Courtois. But yeah, that is the tier list. I hope you enjoyed the most subjective tier list the game has ever seen. Let me know if you want to see more. Obviously, I'm going to have a little break between tier lists now because we've done them recently. I want more cards to come into the game. So maybe over the next month or 2, I tend to do some more. But I'll keep spamming out the tier list content if you guys want to see it. Let me know if you agree, of course, or disagree with my opinions. I'd be more to subscribe if you're new. Catch you later.